Hello, I am the Scammer Blaster, and I'm going to break your phone system.
I'll trace you, and I'll kill you, and I'll kill you, and I'll kill you.
Okay, the last couple of videos I made were of a comical nature, intended to entertain. This is not one of those videos. So what's going to be happening here today, friends, is I am going to be email bombing Inteliquent, which is also known as Onvoy. They used to be two different companies back some years ago. One bought the other out, and they've kind of merged together, but they still kind of function as two separate companies, but at the same time function as one company. And it's too difficult to explain. I'm not even sure I understand it, so I'm not even going to bother. The problem with Onvoy / Inteliquent is we report a lot of scammers to them. And even though I'm retired, I might fire a couple of emails off here and there. So when I say we, I'm referring to scam baiters everywhere. People who used to be on my team that after my retirement have formed their own groups and so forth. They've developed their own reporting tools, which I think is pretty doggone awesome, that they've taken the concept and they're doing something with it, and they're keeping things rolling along while I enjoy my lovely and wonderful retirement. So, but the thing is, even before I retired, Onvoy Inteliquent was getting to be a real royal pain in the butt. We deal with over 120 phone companies. They all listen to our reports. Within an hour or two of getting that report, they send us an email back. Thank you for the information. We've shut down their phone system. Onvoy Inteliquent thinks they are God Almighty, apparently, that when they get these reports, they can just set it off to the side, do nothing, make lots of money from giving phone services to scammers. And, you know, when somebody gets scammed by them, you know, that person loses oftentimes their entire life savings. But how much money did they actually make on that one phone call? You know, Onvoy Inteliquent. How much money did they make? Pennies. They made pennies. So meanwhile, here's a victim who loses everything they've worked for their entire life so that Onvoy could make pennies for that call. Multiply that times all the scammers across the entire year, and they're making millions of dollars a year. Let there be no confusion here. Onvoy Inteliquent is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, provider of phone services to scammers, and I hold them personally accountable, and we all should hold them accountable, because they are providing the tools that scammers are using to victimize people. So I reached out to a buddy of mine yesterday, and I said, I want something simple, something plain. I just want to email bomb somebody. Now, he did it. He made it simple, plain. I just told him black and white. No color, no fluff, no sugarcoating. I just want simple, functional, and he made it. So don't laugh at how simple this is, because this is really doggone simple. And now, if I was making this available for public use, it'd be pretty. It would be really nice and pretty and fancy. But for me, I just don't need fancy and pretty. So over here, this is an email bomber. It was just made. I tested it on myself, and it is brutal. So over here is the controls. This is the speed at which it sends emails out. So right now I have it set to send one email every 30 seconds. And then you can see there's a lot of room to come on down here. And if I needed to do, like 30 emails a second, well, then so be it. That's what we'll do. Right now I just have this set to one email every 30 seconds. So that's 2 emails a minute to all these email addresses over here. It's going to send one email every 30 seconds to all these email addresses. It's going to randomly grab a subject, and I'll be revising this. So all these, it's going to randomly grab a subject, and it's going to include this body in there, and it's going to send it to all these people. And it's going to go nonstop. And you might say, oh, one email every 30 seconds? Boy, that's not that fast. That's not that impressive. You're right, exactly. But for day number 1, that's what it's going to be. One email every 30 seconds. And so for the next 24 hours, that's what it's going to be. It's going to annoy the heck out of them. And if you don't think that getting one email from a random, so they can't block it. Just so that we're clear here, they cannot block these emails. These emails are coming from random email accounts, so they can't block it. And if you don't think this isn't going to annoy the crap out of them, trust me, it will. Tomorrow, though, 24 hours from now, I'm going to change this. It's going to be one email every 25 seconds. The following day, it's going to be one email every 20 seconds. The day after that, one email every 15 seconds. The day after that, one email every 10 seconds. And I'm going to keep speeding it up every 24 hours until I finally get a response from them. And this is what the email is going to say. Dear Onvoy Inteliquent, due to your flagrant disregard to our scam reports, you are now forcing us to use an alternative means to get your attention. I'm very sorry it has to come to this, but I'm not. I'm not sorry it has to come to this. They're providing the tools for scammers to completely destroy people's lives. I'm not sorry about this. So I'll just say it just to be professional, though. I'll lie to them. I don't care. But I'm even more sorry that I haven't done this sooner so as to protect people from being victimized by your platform. And that's it. They're providing the tools to scammers. They're doing so deliberately. They're intentionally doing this. And then when we send them an email, a courtesy email, they don't respond to it. They do nothing. We check that number days later, weeks later, and it is still running. You've turned a blind eye far too long regarding scam numbers that are reported to you. Your callous I hope I spelled callous properly. Did I? Let's check this out, folks, because that doesn't look right to me. Yep. Okay, it was spelled properly. Okay. Your callous attention to this matter makes you legally liable to any victim that loses their entire life savings to a scammer just so you can make a few pennies off that phone call. If you want these emails to stop, and I'm going to be clicking the start button here shortly, simply email me, administrator@scammerblaster.com, and you've turned off all the phone numbers listed below. We will verify that you've shut down the phone numbers and then stop all these emails. If you do not shut them down, the frequency at which these emails will come to you will increase each day, and it's a lot of numbers. We've been tracking all kinds of numbers that we've been emailing them, and they've done nothing, absolutely nothing with all these scammer numbers. Yeah, I can't believe that the FCC, and of course the FCC and the FTC, they're all tied up with all the COVID scams and stuff. But look at all these numbers. Every one of these are still functional. Week, 2 weeks later, they're still running. So, I'm going to send them a copy of this video as soon as it's uploaded. So they're going to see this video. The only thing that I didn't... Here, let's click the start button. Boom. The only thing I should have had my guys do is put a counter in there. So it is emailing them right now. You can't see it, unfortunately, but it's sufficient. It's good enough for me to know they are getting these emails. I tested on myself and said, yep, this sucker is working pretty good. So one email every 30 seconds is going out to them right now. If I make another video about email bombing a phone company, I'll make sure there's a counter in here so you can see that counter. But now it was a dumb oversight on my part to not specify in the project description to put a counter in here. But whatever. That'll be for a next video, right? So that's what we'll do. So anyways, Onvoy Inteliquent. I know you're going to see this video because I will be personally emailing it to you. And I'm not, my demands are simple and clear. And they're not even really demands. It really sounds too harsh. It's a request. You're a phone company. You have no problem selling phone services to scammers. So you can't come back and say, oh, we're just so busy. Oh, we're having to work at home because of COVID. That's a bunch of crap. I'm not going to accept it. That is not acceptable. You go ahead and tell that to somebody who lost their entire life savings to a scammer, or to a victim who's been scammed by a scammer using your platform, and see how well that floats. If it doesn't float for them, it's not going to float for me or anybody who's an anti-scammer as well. So there's no excuse. This is completely inexcusable. If you're going to sell phone services, you're also culpable for any misuse, any abuse that takes place as a result of anybody using your phone services. But we're trying to make it easy for you, and that's the part that's the most irritating. We're trying to make it easy for you. We're doing all the work. We're doing all the research. We're not charging you. We're not getting paid anything for all the time that we spent on all this. And now you're going to be faced with a lot of emails. And I look forward to sliding this little thing over tomorrow. I will probably be sliding that over. I doubt I'm going to hear from you today. I might hear from your lawyer, and I welcome that. Feel free to have your lawyer contact me, Regina Echoes. This is the lawyer for Onvoy Inteliquent. So she's also getting an email from a random email account, one email every 30 seconds. You know, and you might sue me, but you know what? You're going to spend a lot of time. You're going to spend a lot of money. It's going to take years before it goes to trial. And in the end, you'll get nothing. Whether you win or lose, I'm telling you right now, you'll get nothing. Instead, why don't you devote that time and that money to doing one simple thing? And that's take 10 seconds and verify the phone numbers that we report to you. For example, like this number, just a case in point. All you have to do is take 5-10 seconds and call it, and what are you going to hear? You're going to hear some foreign person say, "Hello, this is PayPal to support. How may I help you today?" Okay, it's not going to sound as horrendous as that, but it's going to sound horrendous. You know, anyone listening to this video knows what these scammers sound like. They sound horrible, and the fact that they can actually trick people into forking over their money is beyond any of us, but yet somehow they can do it. So the point is, it takes 5 to 10 seconds to call the damn phone number, and that's what you hear. You don't even have to talk to them. Just hang up the phone and shut off their phone systems. That's what 120 other phone companies do for us. They get that email report. They thank us. They're very grateful for it. So, I mean, if you want to try and sue me because of what I'm doing here right now, having all these emails sent to you, if you want to do that, you are certainly welcome to. I've got a great legal team, a really, really good legal team. So I probably won't even utilize them, maybe just one of them. But one thing's for sure, it doesn't matter whether you win or lose, you will get nothing in the end. And I will not stop. I will not stop exposing your company for the abuse of supplying phone systems to scammers and then doing absolutely nothing when you get that report. So I think I've said all I needed to say. If there's going to be a follow-up, I'll put it in the description of this post. If I get any email response from them or anything like that, I'll keep you updated with links, perhaps with such updates in the description of this video. And otherwise, if something really super significant happens that warrants making another video, then I'll also do that. But I don't think that's going to be necessary. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope this inspires others to take advantage of reporting phone numbers to carriers, because that does work. That is very effective. That's the most effective way of taking out a scammer's phone system. You don't need to have $30,000 in telecommunications equipment over here, servers and switches and software and high-speed internet and all this. You don't need any of this stuff to take out a phone system. All you got to do is send an email to the phone provider, look up the carrier first, send them an email to their abuse department, boom, they shut it down. It's amazing, it's fun, it's cool, and it's free. You know, anybody can do it, 60 seconds of their time. But, you know, when there's a carrier that doesn't respond, that doesn't make sense. And for 2 years, they responded to my emails. It's only this past 6 to 8 months that they've suddenly become non-responsive, and not just to me, but a lot of other people, a lot of other concerned citizens who are sending emails to Onvoy Inteliquent that they're just doing nothing. Absolute, no response, nothing. There's not even an autoresponder. I mean, they don't even have the decency of doing that. So we're fed up, and too bad it had to come to this. I'll keep you posted, folks. Thank you for watching this video. Love you all. Take care. Bye-bye.